Good morning, everyone. It's about 11 right now on Sunday, but we're out here another day working on nothing else but the Supra. So today, we're going to be finishing up the primer on the engine bay. I got everything I need right here. I'm going to water sand it. Got the paint, and then I got the finalized coat paint. So the actual paint that I had put in a can at this one place. So this is the paint that is the OEM paint that goes on this car. So I'm gonna be painting it with OEM paint. So I'm not really doing a good job. My camera's almost dead, and so while it's charging, I'm gonna take everything off, move everything out of the way so I can fit in there, get myself up and ready. And then by then, hopefully, the camera should be charged up. But I'm trying not to talk too loud because there's people sleeping right over there. And yeah, so for the most part, I'm gonna get myself ready and then bring you guys out again. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do today, and let's get at it. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to paint an engine bay, or at least prep for paint. But regardless, this is my 1985 Toyota Supra, and so if you watched my previous video, you already know about it. But I already went ahead and started it because obviously it's a car I've been working for a long time. This engine bay was already primered. So if your engine bay is dirty and all that stuff, go ahead and clean it first. Clean it all off, sand it with what I started off when I did it was I started with some 180. I started off with 180 to bring it back down to bare metal, and then after that, what I got to primer it was sandable filler primer. So first, obviously clean, sand, and scuff your engine bay before you lay this down. Okay. Once you lay this down, you're gonna get this. Sorry, I haven't. This is not like a beginning and start type of video, but this is where I was at. Last time I left off of it was probably like 4 or 5 years ago when I obviously painted this engine bay. And so what I'm gonna do now is I went ahead and lightly scuffed, not scuffed it, but sanded it with 180 to bring it back down to bare metal. Because over the years, it might have been overkill, but this is just what I did. And then I went ahead and water sanded it with 320. I have it in here. Went ahead and sanded it with 320, and then so as you can see, some areas it's water sanded already. There you go. Sorry, there's not much light in here, but for the most part, y'all get the gist. And so go ahead and water sand it once you place the primer filler on top. The primer filler is going to do is fill any imperfections and pretty much, yeah, fill any imperfections, and then it's like a base coat for your actual spray can that you're going to be painting your engine bay. So what I did was I got this paint. I got the OEM paint from a store called Old School Paint Co. or something like that here on Phoenix. So I went ahead and put my OEM paint color in a can, and so that's what we're going to be painting this engine bay with. And so yeah, but pretty much all you got to do is just sand it and then get it all ready for the actual paint. But I'm going to set the camera down so I can continue painting it or sanding it. And you just want to keep checking for imperfections and then just bringing it down with your sandpaper. So here's my way of doing it. Since this engine bay was already primered, I did it a long time ago, like I mentioned before, and so now pretty much I'm just going over it all again. And so once your engine bay is scuffed, primered, and then sanded down again, you want to just go over again on your sanding. It's okay if it shows metal. You can either repaint it with a primer filler, sand that down again, or you can just leave it. Since it's already scuffed and scratched up, the paint that you're applying on it will already have a good place. It'll already have a place to bond to. So there's two ways you can do it. Quick and easy would just be leaving the metal places that show, the metal spots that show, and just paint over it with the paint you're trying to paint it with. Alright, so I got it sanded down to the point where I'm okay with it. Everything's all soft on this side as well. So there's a few more imperfections that I got to go over. Besides that, all this and back is good. And so I'm going to show you guys where a few of my imperfections are at. See if I can get this to focus real quick. Let's see. There you go. All that is imperfection right there. So I marked that. There's a bunch of that right here, but that's because I use this seam. Obviously it's a seam, but they use this glue for the seam, and it's just all spread it out right here. So I can't really do much about that. I don't want to keep sanding it down and then have no protection for that seam. There's another one. It's a small one right here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. For the most part, right there, and all this right here. There's a smaller imperfection right there, and a few more other spots like right here. And so now that I distinguished what else I need to put more attention to, I'm gonna leave this alone for right now, and I'm gonna focus on this side. And so my camera's about to die, so I'm gonna go throw it on the charger again. And so what you're gonna do in this case, you would cover all the lines and stuff like that. You would cover the subframe if you have your subframe in. If not, then yeah, you would just cover things that you don't want to get paint on. And so, as y'all can see, all this is now like really well done. So the job of this filler primer is pretty much it's gonna be a 2-in-1. So it's pretty much a filler primer. So a filler primer is pretty much it's gonna fill in any imperfections, any small grooves from sanding. You know what I mean? It's gonna fill in any small little groove, chip, or whatever you have on the paint. So it's gonna fill up any of that, and then obviously you gotta sand that down. So in this case, I'm gonna be using 320, the sandpaper I have right down there. Let's try to get that to focus. Please focus. Yeah, the sandpaper right down there. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna lay this down. Obviously you gotta shake it up. So I'm gonna set the camera down and pretty much just film me primering the engine bay. Just try to set you guys in an angle where you guys are gonna be able to see all that happening. So obviously you want to shake it a few times, get the paint moving. If it's cold, then go ahead and heat your can up. Or if not, you don't need to. I'm no professional, but I do know what my dad taught me, so it's enough to get me by. So I'm going to start from the front and move my way to the back, and yeah, I'm going to get to it. Alright, now I'm gonna just wait for it to dry. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna see what time it is, and depending on the time, because obviously I gotta go do stuff too, it's a Sunday, so I have other things that I need to take care of. So depending on what else I have to do, it's gonna rain again, so I'm gonna cover the engine bay. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna rain during this week. I'm gonna make sure all my stuff right there is gonna be protected and not rained on. And I don't want to mess up the engine bay paint, the primer. So still gotta see what I gotta do. I gotta think about it. So I'm gonna go get something to eat, think about what I'm eating, come back and debate if I should sand it again. Obviously dump out the water, get new water, and just sand it down really quick with 320 and just lay a paint on it, lay the final paint, or just call it and wait on a brighter day so this week doesn't rain, because I think it's scheduled the week all I'm sorry for stuttering, but it's scheduled all week to rain, and so obviously I don't want to throw a new, like brand new paint on it and then have it rain and then look all dusty and musty and all this. I don't want to deal with all that. So either I might just leave it how it is, come back when it's like a fresh day and not sorry, I just got not raining and stuff like that. Sorry for most off topic, I'm kind of hungry, but if I'm going all over the place, that's because I'm hungry. But yeah, engine base primered. Next step is just to sand it and then put the new base coat. No, not base coat, but the new coat of paint. But yeah, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go eat, and I'll debate on it while I'm eating. Alright, y'all, well, I came back from eating and I decided that don't be mad, fool. Don't be mad. Anyways, I got the third person right behind me. His opinion doesn't matter. But anyways, we got it all primered. I'm just gonna leave it for this week. This weekend on Sunday, I'm gonna come back and then just sand it down and then actually paint it. I'm gonna come back with more spray cans for the actual color, so I can layer it multiple times. But for right now, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't want to rush it. I've had too many experiences where I rush things and they don't come out well, so I'm gonna take my time. And yeah, obviously I got other things to do, but we're gonna put the hood back on, cover it up, and then come back next week. Thank you guys for watching, but I'll catch you next week.